Avoid restricting clothing because if clothing is too tight, it may reduce the blood flow to your skin. 对吗？我不懂。
我也不懂。
So it's a myth.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Chen, consultant dermatologist, and today we are going to talk about cellulites. And with me here, Dr. Loo and Dr. Chai. So we have some questions here, regarding cellulites. Let's look at what are the questions and whether it's logical or not, and whether we can answer those questions or not. Okay, now let's start with mine. Dry brushing every day can help remove cellulite. No way, because brushing, you can only brush the surface of the skin. The problem is at the fat layer, so you can't brush the fat. Right?
Yeah, my question will be, caffeine creams will melt your cellulite. I also know lah. So it also same, cannot go so deep inside.
So my questions, you can get rid of cellulite by doing liposuction. In my opinion, doing liposuction alone doesn't help much in improving cellulite. But if you combine with skin tightening treatments like lasers, it will help to improve the appearance better.
Also, liposuction is more invasive and then more complication.
So are there ways to prevent cellulites?
Yeah, I think one of the things that can worsen the cellulite is actually the weight gain. So we need to take care of the weight. Although some thin people also have cellulite.
Yes, maintaining a healthy weight, exercise, because it can help to burn fat and increase your muscle mass. Others, lifestyle changes like incorporating a healthy diet.
I do agree exercise because it actually tone up your skin, your muscle, everything. Yeah.
So I have patients who actually ask me, I worked out, I eat clean, why do I still have cellulite?
I think one of the, first we want to know what is cellulite first. If they come in, is it real cellulite? It's actually the orange skin type, some pimpling, very, very obvious. So cellulite actually is a genetic issue as well. So some patients are actually prone to get cellulite compared to other people who didn't work out at all, they didn't get cellulite. So some people just genetically prone to get cellulite. And then if you gain a lot of weight, you tend to make it worse.
Yeah, I agree that cellulite is more noticeable in patients with higher body fat. But that say, if you have cellulite, it doesn't automatically means that you have excess body fat. Since cellulite is primarily due to connective tissue arrangement, and people of all ages have body fat, that means anyone can have cellulite.
So it's actually a very difficult topic because until now, we still don't have a very solid evidence on what is the cause of cellulites. We know genetic plays a role, but not all family members have that cellulite. I mean, studies have shown that there are certain genes involved, but it's more common than we think, actually. I think that some studies have shown that actually 90% of the ladies have cellulites. It's just that most of the ladies will think that it is normal because I already grow fatter, that's why I have cellulites. And some are shy to talk about it. But the actual fact is it's actually pretty common. Right? So besides this gene, we also know that there is some oxidative stress there that cause all this scarring. Actually, it's something like scars in the fat layer. So where is the depth? It's not a skin problem actually. It's not the top layer of the skin. It's actually at the fat layer where there are a lot of this scar tissue there. That's why it pulls all this fat together and it can cause this lumpiness of the fat all around there. Right? And we also know that certain inflammation is actually an inflammatory disease. There are inflammation going on there. But when you mentioned about just now fat, because when you have fat, so how do we examine the patient? We always ask the patient to stand up, right? Because only when standing up, the gravity pulls down the fat, then you can see it more obvious, those dimpling, right? Whereas when you lie down, you may not even see that you have cellulite. Right? And so one of the treatment is actually to lose weight, right? Whether or not, you can lose weight by doing proper lifestyle, changing diet and everything, or even doing certain procedures, right?
Yeah. For those patients who are really small, thin, good BMI, they only have cellulite at certain area localized, then I think losing weight is not an option. So we need to do some treatment.
Yeah, so only for the patients who are obese, who have fat at certain areas, when we shrink the fat, then only the cellulite can improve, right? Like one of the treatment that we commonly do, like cryolipolysis, where we use cold temperature to freeze the fat, and then eventually the fat will dissolve, right, over time, and that itself can also improve the cellulite. Right? What are the other treatments that can be used to treat cellulites?
Injectables like recombinant enzymes, particularly collagenase, which can help to dissolve those fat tissues, can be injected precisely into the cellular area and improve the appearance too.
So when we inject also, right, actually we are doing a bit of what we call substitution also. Substitution, that means you're trying to break away all this scar tissue, or what in medical term we call this fibrous tissue, right? So when you break away, it gets loosened, then the fat is being freed. So cellulites can also temporarily improve with substitution as well, right? But like you mentioned just now, all these injectables, some of them have antioxidants as well, right? Anti-inflammatory. So it will help to improve those cellulites as well.
I think the radiofrequency, the microneedling radiofrequency also can reach that area to break up the fibrous tissue as well.
But of course, the fat layer is a place where there are a lot of these pain nerves there. So we have to address the pain properly, right? With the numbing cream. And sometimes we need to inject some local anesthesia around that area before we do all these procedures. And even high intensity focused ultrasound can also be used, because using the ultrasound, we can also determine which depths you want to go. You can definitely reach until the fat layer. What about topicals? You think will it work or not?
I think topicals like retinoid 0.3% may help to thicken your skin, but it doesn't really address the underlying cause.
Yeah, because the underlying cause is at the fat layer, right? So we know all these topicals, you can't absorb into the fat layer. The most you can reach is the middle layer of the skin only. So cellulite is something very common, especially among ladies. Although it's something that's harmless, it's not going to affect your health, but it's something that can significantly affect your quality of life. Especially, for example, the way you dress, right? If it's affecting you, please seek help from your doctors because they are effective treatment for cellulites.